These footage recently went around the world. The video shows the true heroes of the 68th Separate Ranger Brigade. Our defenders found themselves in a tactical semi-encirclement in the Pokrovsky direction. The guys held the defense for several days. Wow! But when the situation became critical, a decision was made to evacuate the personnel from the positions. This task was entrusted to 2 American armored personnel carriers. Despite the intense artillery shelling, the vehicles not only saved the lives of the soldiers but also managed to survive, breaking through the hail of enemy fire. So what is this miracle of technology that even Russian artillery can't harm? And how many of these Americans are already in service with the Ukrainian armed forces? All of this will be covered in today's arsenal. On the front, it is referred to as nothing other than Mad Max. The International MaxxPro is an armored personnel carrier produced by the American company, Navistar International. Adopted by the US in 2007, this 13-ton vehicle was extremely necessary for Allied forces in Iraq. Lightly armored and often completely open Hummers in the local deserts turned out to be too easy a target. And the US Army desperately needed something more reliable. Just imagine, 63% of the killed and 69% of the wounded US servicemen in Iraq from 2003 to 2007 were due to improvised explosive devices. Moreover, these devices often disabled all Allied equipment as well. Seeing all this, the Pentagon urgently launched a program to build armored vehicles, protected against mines and small arms fire from ambushes. The result of all this was the International MaxxPro. With a length of 7.2 meters and a width of 2.5, the American armored personnel carrier weighs up to 13.5 tons, and when loaded up to 15, as it can carry a crew of 6 to 10 people in full gear. The suspension of the Mad Max, as you might have guessed, is 4x4. And all of this is powered by a robust engine with 330 horsepower.
Here is the front part. As we can see, the engine is placed under the hood, but despite this, it is protected from mines and bullets. It is designed to withstand explosions and bullets of machine gun caliber. And below,
safety is something that was approached with utmost seriousness in the American armored personnel carrier. Despite the initial criticism of the project, the final result pleasantly surprised the American military. With such armor, they were not afraid of either the Iraqi insurgents or Obama, or, more importantly, their mines.
You can see how powerful the suspension is here. And you can also see how some of the plates underneath are angled outward to deflect an explosion. This is part of the V-shaped hull. You can even see additional plates welded there.
As a result, since 2007, the Americans have produced as many as 9,000 of their armored vehicles and supplied them to the armed forces of 22 countries worldwide, including, by the way, Ukraine. It is worth noting that the Ukrainian armed forces currently have more than 400 of these foreign armored personnel carriers in service. Only the United Arab Emirates and the Americans themselves can boast a larger arsenal.
The armor here is of NATO standard. Notice, the door armor consists of one armor plate, then another armor plate. In places where there are handles, where there is a weakening, additional armor is welded on.
For all this, let's say, attention to detail, the armored personnel carrier has earned itself a good reputation. It has saved not just hundreds, but even thousands of soldiers' lives around the world. However, the most challenging test for the International MaxxPro is happening right now, in Ukraine.
Its greatest value is that it can withstand an incredible anti-tank mine. Our guys have encountered them.
Thanks to its V-shaped hull, the American deflects the blast wave away from the crew. In the West, they claim that the MaxxPro can protect soldiers from a mine explosion equivalent to up to 7 kilograms of TNT. Our guys add, Mad Max can handle even more than that.
The battles that I remember were near Pavlovka. I remember I was driving first in the convoy. It was also such a vehicle, and a tank hit this new equipment. As I told you, its armor is very good because the tank hit was under the rear wheel. The vehicle, well, it did catch fire, it started to burn. But I was still in the vehicle and the shrapnel didn't even penetrate it. The crew was able to safely escape.
By the way, the American Armored Personnel Carrier is even equipped with a wheel fire extinguishing system for such cases.
One of the cool features of this armored personnel carrier is that it has a system that can actually spray liquid on your tires. So, if your tires are on fire, it can spray, for example, water on them, which will prevent you from burning.
The MaxxPro is extremely convenient and easy to operate. Our soldiers on the front line have repeatedly proven that with such equipment, nothing is a problem for them. Even when shells explode just a few meters from the cabin, the vehicle confidently continues to move forward, delivering the crew to a safe place.
In my opinion, as a driver, it is very comfortable and efficient. It is designed to transport personnel for a group that will be assaulting. There is some kind of room, a building, and the vehicle with such a machine gun is intended for fire cover and taking down enemy equipment and providing fire support outward for the landing party.
Therefore, the American International MaxxPro remains one of the most numerous Western MRAP-class armored vehicles in the defense forces of our country. After all, for Ukraine, there is nothing more important than saving the lives of its own soldiers. And Mad Max seems to handle this job better than anyone.
People are alive. The capsule, yes. Well, it's completely armored. The glass is shattered by fragments, but otherwise, everything is fine.
And how can the much vaunted, unparalleled Russian military-industrial complex respond to all this? Their multi-purpose vehicle with enhanced protection, although developed almost 10 years later than the international MaxxPro, and having slightly better specifications on paper, in reality, like everything marked made in Russia, turned out to be a complete failure. Even though at Kremlin military exhibitions, it was praised like no other.
The Tiger was originally developed by the Gorky automobile plant at the request of the United Arab Emirates, but its fate has long since changed. The Tiger is produced by the Military Industrial Company. It is manufactured at the Azamas machine building plant, and the bodies, the armored bodies, are welded in the city of Viksa. Tigers are in the Russian army, Tigers are in the Russian police, Tigers are in the special forces.
And for potential customers of this type of armored vehicle, let's recall, Russia developed the Tiger to meet the needs of the Arab market. Putin's beast seemed too vulnerable and weak. As a result, the project was quickly abandoned, and the Tiger was hastily upgraded to Spartak. This is yet another creation of the Russian military-industrial complex of the Urals.
As is known, all vehicles undergo restyling, and armored vehicles are no exception. Because what we have here is a restyled Tiger. Well, the basic mail set remained the same: a shovel, an axe, and a saw. The armored body also remained the same, but the vehicle itself has been somewhat modified. It has a new hood, new fenders, new headlights. It now has cameras and monitors have been added inside.
But with new shapes and a camera inside next to shovels, axes and saws, the Kremlin's military-industrial complex once again surprised no one. Military analysts are certain if the American MaxxPro were to meet Putin's armored vehicle on the battlefield, there wouldn't be a trace left of the latter. Did you like this video? Then be sure to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our new Arsenal channel. The link is in the description. Also, write in the comments about which new types of weapons you would like to learn about in our upcoming episodes.